Hello, hello, my friends. I have another dedicated candle review for you today. We are going to be talking about Country Candles Carrot Cake. Now, I am planning to upload this review on Wednesday, February 21st. However, the day that I am filming this is Monday, February 19th. It is President's Day today. I do have my children home, so if you happen to hear any background noise, that would be why. But I decided to sleep in a little bit this morning, and so when I woke up at 7:15 Mountain Standard Time, I saw a couple of fellow brand ambassadors as well as a couple of posts in the KRINGLE Facebook group talking about, hey, they're Easter candles, they've restocked. So of course I went right over to the website because if you caught my lemon sugar marshmallow review, you guys know I do want a backup of that candle. But by the time I got over there, the candles were sold out and I was really disappointed. I was like, oh no, I was really hoping this was not the promised restock. So because I am a KRINGLE brand ambassador, yes, I am. I do have a contact over there, and I did want to let you guys know going into this review, if you just heard me say that I'm an ambassador, I do want to clarify that this candle was not sent to me in PR. I did pay for this candle with my own money, but I did reach out to my contact and he assured me that this morning, you know, the day that I am filming this, so Monday mornings, quote unquote, restock, is not the one that was planned. More candles are being poured and these candles will be made available again. I don't have a specific date on that, but I thought that you guys might want to know that information going into this review. So yes, this one should still be available sometime in the near future, which is why I still think that a review is relevant. So I am going to break this review down. It might be a little bit longer than some of my other candle reviews because obviously I'm going to touch on the fragrance notes, what my nose smells, how this candle has been performing for me. But after I talk about that, I am also going to give a comparison. A couple of you have asked me to compare this candle to Bath & Body Works Sweet Carrot Cake, which I did purchase another one of those this past weekend, so I am able to compare for you. So let's go ahead and dive into the meat of this review. So this is Country Candles Carrot Cake. The price point on this candle is $31. You do get 26 ounces. This is available in the Country Candle large jar 2-wick format only. It is not available in any other sized vessels. This is a 100% soy wax. Country Candle did transition to this type of wax formula about a year ago. I personally was really happy about that because I don't really care for paraffin candles and how they burn in my home. That's just my own personal preference. So yes, this is in their 100% soy wax formula, I guess. We have fragrance notes here of top note of carrot cake, mid note of spice, and base note of vanilla frosting. And personally, I kind of like that KRINGLE/Country decided to kind of simplify the fragrance notes for us for these candles. Sometimes they can be very complex and it can actually kind of throw me off because sometimes I'll see a note listed in there that might turn me away, but then when I actually get the candle and burn it, I don't really smell that fragrance note. But yeah, what does my nose smell on this candle? Well, I am going to tell you that I definitely get the spice and carrot cake. Those fragrance accords really take the cake, I guess, on this one. The vanilla frosting fragrance does come out a little bit, I would say about an hour and a half, 2 hours into the burn time. Now, I am currently on my 5th burn of this candle. This one has been lit for approximately 4 hours now at the time that I am reviewing it. So you can see the wax pool is very even. It's very nice. This jar, I think, is like a painted, yes, it's like a painted jar, so it's not like a photo label. Personally, I don't really care for the font down here. I feel like they could have done something a little bit different with that, but I mean, I can always turn the candle around because this carrot design goes like all the way around on the candle. But yes, my nose definitely picks up the spicy carrot cake part more than the frosting. Like I said, that vanilla frosting, it comes out a little bit. It just lends some sweetness to it, but I think that it's perfectly balanced out with the natural sweetness that is found in a carrot. You guys know carrots are popular among kids. We use them in a lot of cooking. There is like a natural earthy sweetness to a carrot, and I definitely smell that in here. Now, I can't remember where I mentioned it, but I have mentioned that the spice accord that I pick up in this candle is very similar to the spice fragrance, or yeah, the spice note that was in last fall's, it was another country candle. It was their apple pumpkin pie. If you happen to have smelled that candle, the spice accord that was in that candle is what I'm smelling here, but this is not the same fragrance to me. I don't get any apple or pumpkin in this. It's just definitely spice with the sweetness of carrot with a tinge of vanilla frosting in the background. I actually really like this fragrance, and let me tell you, it is actually performing really well in my home. So I've been conducting a little experiment in my home the past few days. I have actually started moving my, or I don't want to say moving, but I have placed my candle in a different area in my living room to burn to see if that affects the strength and throw. So my home is a single story, about 1,800 square foot home. We have high ceilings in the living room. It opens up to the kitchen, and then we have closed concept bedrooms. My home was built in 2004, so it's built within the last 20 years when all of that like open concept floor plan really started to just started to become the norm, I would say, for a lot of American homes. And that is, you know, kind of the layout here for my home. So previously I was burning this candle in an area of my living room where it is in front of a window. And now that the weather is nicer, I have been opening up my windows, and I thought, well, that kind of, that can really affect my candle performance, because if I'm burning a candle next to an open window, I don't know if it's going to throw so well into my living room. So I went ahead and moved my candle over onto, I have a quilt rack hanging on a wall next to the front door, like next to the foyer in my living room. And that positioning on the wall is a little bit higher up. And you guys, I moved this candle over there, and the crazy thing is it's not just been this candle, but all of my other candles, like from Homeworks and Bath and Body Works, when I place my candle there, they are suddenly throwing so much more in that living room area. I couldn't believe it. And I'm not even using a hurricane right there. So I will say that one of the benefits sometimes to moving your candles around is that you might find that greater airflow exists in areas that you maybe were not anticipating. I look at this area of my living room and I wouldn't think that a candle would throw well there, but certainly it is. So this candle has been throwing, I would give it a solid 8. It has been perfect amount of sweetness. Because it is a spice fragrance, I feel like if it were any stronger, it might come across to as being too much. Now, I have also had windows open because our weather has been really nice. And yeah, I can still smell it really, really nicely. It's enough that you definitely, you're not even like having to sniff the air. Like when people walk into my home, they definitely smell it, but it's not overbearing. It's not too spicy where you feel like you're going to be sneezing or it's going to be headache inducing. It is the perfect balance. It is that perfect 8 for me, which I know it should be perfect 10, but in my mindset, an 8 is usually where I am aiming in terms of strength and throw. It has been projecting all the way into my kitchen, fills up my living room, doesn't quite extend into the bedrooms, but that's okay because the bedrooms are kind of on opposite ends of the house. But yeah, performance has been really good. In terms of the wicks, I know that this was something that a couple of people had some issues with, especially I want to say I had this with the, what was it? The Wishing for Christmas. Their country format, the wicks got really, really like these huge carbon balls on them, and then the jar got really sooty. So I'm going to lift this up and show it to you. Okay, so this has been burning for, again, about 4 hours. You can see that the wicks, Mick did say that they are using a different type of wick style here. You can see that there's no huge carbon balls. The wicks are sturdy. They're not falling over. They're thicker wicks, but they're definitely not carbon balling. So this has been a really nice improvement, I would say, from the late 2023 country candles, and even the earlier in 2023. I think this new wick format that they've found has been a good fit for these candles. So yes, I would recommend this candle when it comes back into stock. Spoiler alert, I will be looking to purchase a backup, and you guys know that is really saying something, because I'm really trying to be intentional about the candles that I am bringing into my collection in 2024. And if this one makes it into the backups, then you guys know that I have a good one on hand here. Go ahead, Lane. All right. My son just entered the room. He was outside playing. All right, well, this is a nice transition then, I guess. Let's go ahead and compare this fragrance to Bath & Body Works Sweet Carrot Cake. So I did purchase that candle this weekend. Bath & Body Works did have a $14.95 sale, so I did go ahead and take advantage of that. So the fragrance notes on Sweet Carrot Cake are sweet cream cheese frosting, fluffy carrot cake, and cinnamon spice. So while I was burning this candle in my living room this morning, this candle meaning the Country Carrot Cake, I did go ahead and light up the Bath & Body Works version in my bedroom, so that way I could draw a comparison. And this is what I will say. Upon burn, I will say that Bath & Body Works version is definitely... it's sweeter. I definitely detect more of that like cream cheese frosting. They list that note first on here, and then the fluffy carrot cake, and then the cinnamon spice. And I actually think that that is probably, I think that that is pretty accurate. Whereas Kringle lists carrot cake and spice as their first notes, and then a base note of vanilla frosting. That's actually what I am smelling, because when you light a candle, my understanding is that the top notes are the ones that you usually smell first. And definitely when I light the Country Carrot Cake, I smell carrot cake and spice first. And then about 2 hours into the burn, I start to smell a little bit of that vanilla frosting. Again, it doesn't overtake the spice or carrot cake accords. Whereas when I lit up the Bath & Body Works candle, the first thing that I smell is that sweet cream cheese frosting. And then I start to get some of the cinnamon spice and some of that spice cake accord. I will say that it's kind of funny, which I don't remember this last year, but the Sweet Carrot Cake, after about 2 hours on the burn, it almost gets like too hot, where it almost starts to smell a little bit burned. And I've described this as not like you're burning food, but more like, I call it like a wildfire smell. I don't know, something just started to smell a little bit burned in it, where I don't detect that with the Country Carrot Cake. If we want to go ahead and compare prices, this is where like we can kind of get into some iffy waters. So just the regular price point of this, I think I mentioned, I'm not sure if I did earlier, the Country candle is 26 ounces and it is $31. The new Bath & Body Works vessel, which by the way feels very heavy. It is much heavier than the other 3-wick packaging that you can pick up from Bath & Body Works. They have this new lid on it, but even without the lid on there, the vessel itself is thicker. I can definitely feel the heft in it. The price point of Bath & Body Works Sweet Carrot Cake is $32.95, which I just think Bath & Body Works has lost their minds with trying to charge that type of price point on it. And you only get 14.5 ounces in that vessel. So you're getting almost double the amount with the Country candle version as you are with Bath & Body Works. Now, the caveat being, I just told you, I picked up the Sweet Carrot Cake from Bath & Body Works this weekend on a $14.95 sale. And to go even a step further, they were offering a 20% online coupon. And I happened to go shopping the day that they were offering that. So I placed a buy online, pick up in store. So I did even get an extra 20% off on top of that. So that is something to keep in mind there. But one of the things with the Kringle or the Country Carrot Cake candle that you might want to keep in mind is that there are discount codes available. I mentioned that I am an ambassador. I do have an affiliate discount code with them. It is Katie15. It will save you 15% on your purchase with Kringle. That is eligible for a commission. I always like to be fully transparent about that. But the other thing that you may or may not know is that sometimes Kringle sends out a follow-up email when you have made a purchase with them, where sometimes they're asking you to review a candle. And if you submit that review, oftentimes they will send you a 25% off coupon it works on these large jar candles. Now, again, the little caveat there is that you can't use them on the specialty candles. So like the reserve candles or any of the, like I tried using it on I think it was on the other Easter candles that were in the KRINGLE lineup that they have the speckled jars. Those are listed for $34 and the 25% coupon did not apply to those, but it did work on this candle. And that 25% actually saved me the cost of shipping. So if you think about it, you know, for around $31, you get almost twice the amount of wax. If you're just looking at the basic price point comparisons, not factoring in the sales. So I guess it's just going to come down to, you know, the availability, the ease, or maybe even just if you prefer more of that cream cheese frosting note, then I think the Bath & Body Works version is going to be for you. But if you want more of an emphasis on the spice cake, the carrot cake, the spices in there, then I think that you are going to want this candle. This is not kitchen spice. Again, it's not apple pumpkin pie, but it is just a nice spring spice cake type of fragrance, and I absolutely love it. If you were to ask me which one I prefer of the two, I do prefer the carrot cake from Country Candle. So those are my thoughts on this candle. I'm sorry that the review was a little bit lengthier, but I did want to make sure that I gave all of that information to you guys. Also wanted to let you guys know that KRINGLE is having a reserve launch coming up tomorrow. That would be Thursday, February 22nd. I believe the launch time on that is 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will make sure that I list in the description box down below, and I will pop up a picture here real quick of all of the reserve line candles that will be available tomorrow. I will also make sure that I put all of the descriptions of those candles in the description box down below. You can use my discount code KD15 on those candles, but stay tuned. That is pretty much the only like reserve launch preview video you're going to get from me this week, because stay tuned for this weekend. I will be sharing something very fun and exciting to you from KRINGLE, and yeah, they were very generous to send me some things, and I'm really excited to share those things with you. I may even include a special guest in that video. You've seen him before, and it's kind of becoming a tradition here. So stay tuned for that this weekend. I also plan to share with you guys what I purchased from Bath & Body Works over the last 2 weeks. So lots of fun stuff coming up on my channel here in the next couple of days. If you like candle content and you are new to my channel, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button. I like to do dedicated reviews. They're usually not this lengthy, but I also like to do empties and updates on my current candle collection and hauls and everything in between. So if you want to stick around for more candle content, please hit the subscribe button. If you found this video helpful, please hit the thumbs up button. That really helps me out with the old YouTube algorithm. I want to say thank you so very, very much for spending your time here with me today. And until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.